In this video, we are going to learn line 57, Jolly Old St. Nicholas, on the flute. So before we get started, I always have to point out one of my favorite things about this method book series is that there is a fingering chart specific to the notes on that page on every page or two. So in this case, we happen to have our complete B-flat scale from B-flat to B-flat, with all of the fingerings underneath each note. That's pretty cool because if you need to reference it, you just can't remember a certain note, you can just glance up real quick, find it, and then get back to playing. So I really like that. Okay, so Jolly Old St. Nicholas. We're going to start at the beginning with our treble clef. Then we have our key signature, which has two flats in it. We have our third line B flat, which tells you all B's are flat, and our fourth space E flat, which tells you all E's are flat. Then we have our time signature. The time signature is 2/4 time. The top number tells you how many beats are in every measure. The bottom number tells you the value of the whole note. Even when you don't have one, it still helps you figure out the value of all the other notes. So if we had a whole note, it would get 4 beats. And half of a whole is a half, and half of 4 is 2. So the half notes get 2 beats. Then half of a half is a quarter, and half of 2 is 1. So the quarter notes get 1 beat. Then half of a quarter is an eighth, and half of 1 is half, not 0 or 1. And that means each individual eighth note gets half of a beat. It takes 2 eighth notes to take up the same amount of time as a single quarter note. So we're going to go through this, and I will finger along, I will isolate things, and then we'll play it through. So we start on eighth note G's above the staff, so that's going to be thumb, 1, 2, 3, pinky, and we have 4 of those, and we're just coming down the scale a little bit. 4 eighth note G's, then we have 3 F's. Then in the next measure, I have 4 E flats. So I'm going to put down these 2 fingers and lift my index finger. And then we go back up to a half note G. So we have this. Ready? And hopefully you'll notice that's the same thing starting on the second line as well. So there's half the song right there. Now starting at measure 5, I have 4 eighth note C's, so just my index finger and my pinky on the foot joint. Then I have 2 B flats, so I'm going to add my thumb and my index finger. Then I go up to an E flat quarter note. Then I play around on a little bit of a scale, so I have eighth note D, E flat, F, G, then a half note F. This is how that part goes. Ready? Then on the second line, I'm not going to go over that again because it's part of the first line. But the second half of the second line is a little bit different from the first line. We still have our 4 C's that are on eighth notes. Then we have 1 B flat, 2 E flats. So that's a little bit different. And then in the next measure, we have F, E flat, F, G. Then we end on an E flat. So that is a little bit different. It's the same rhythm as the first line, but different notes. So starting here, this is how this goes. Ready? So now I'm going to go at the beginning, I'm going to put it all together, and I have my metronome going at 92 beats per minute. You might need to go a little slower, you might be able to go a little bit faster. If you're able to play along and keep up, that's great. If not, stop the video, practice a little bit, and then come back and try it with me. But here we go. This is all the way through line 57. 1 and 2 and ready. And that is it for line 57, Jolly Old St. Nicholas on the flute. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you next time.